Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. So we have seen how to loosen the knots of the heart. Two bondages. One is Chaitanyam, caught up in the nadis, different nadis. Another is Dehabhimanam. These two are obstacles. Then, what is in Hridaya Granthi Bheda? Withdrawing our Chaitanyam from all the nadis and placing in the heart. Then what happens? Like a red iron ball, when it is heated up, it becomes glowing. Similarly, one glows in his own self. So, with that realization, all the vasanas are destroyed. And Kartrutvam ashariratvad naivatasya bhavishyati. Because there is no body, ashariratvad, Kartrutvam tasya naiva bhavishyati. So there is no question of doership for him. So, how a jnani destroys his karma, how his karma, Vedanta speaks about it, lengthy. So here Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says in 21st verse, Kartrutva bhavatah karma vinashosya samiritaha tasya vastvantara bhavat samshayanam anudbhavaha. Now, so kartrutva bhavataha karma vinashaha sa samirataha tasya vastu antara bhavat samshayanam anudbhavaha. Beautiful verse. Here we should study carefully. Here Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Asya Vidushaha. Vidushaha means awakened man. One whose consciousness is withdrawn from all the nadis and placed it in Atmanadi, and he shines Ujjvala. Because of that, all the Karmakshaya takes place. That's what we saw in the previous verse. Now, when the consciousness is withdrawn into the Atmanadi, place it in the heart, from all the nadis, what happens? He releases from these two kinds of bondages. One is Chaitanyam, which is caught up in different nadis, first obstruction, and it produces another bondage not called Sharira Bhavana, Aham Shariram Iti Bhavana. For these two is Avidya is the Moola Karan, Hridaya Vidya, we saw yesterday. Now we say Asya Vidushaha, who has awakened to the truth. Kartrutva abhavataha etoho karma vinashaha bandhakasya sarvasyapi karmanaha vinashtihi ukta. It was said earlier, Kartrutva abhavataha, because there is no Kartrutva. It is said there is no doership. That is explained further. There is no doership. So, on account of the absence of doership, karma vinashaha, all the karmas or destroyed. Bandhakasya. That is karma. Karma vinasha means all kinds of bondages. Sarvasyapi. All kinds of bondages. Karmanaha vinishtir. All types of karmas are vinashtihi ukta. It is said now. All the types of karmas will be destroyed. Okay. Atha. Now. Yedi. If jnaninaha api karma kuryuhu. Now the question is, you said once the man is awakened, realize that he is not the body, and all the karma kshaya takes place. There is no kartrutva bhavana, no sense of doership. But we see the people working in the world. Every jnani works. So, yadi, if one raises a question, for jnani also, he does actions. Jnaninahapi karma kuryuhu. He does actions. Then what is the answer? Tad itara buddhi gatam. It is only from the standpoint of the onlookers that he does actions. We see he is performing actions. But from the standpoint of the onlookers only, the jnani is working. Which jnani? One who has awakened to the truth, like Puja Gurudev, or Sapon Maharaj, or Aurobindo, or like great Satya Sai Baba, or great the Soch Mahatmas, those who great Aurobindo, so many people awakened to the truth, realized. Taditara buddhi gatam. Jnani swatmanam kartaram na pashyati. But jnani, very important, doesn't see himself as a doer. Now the question is, only after realization we will know how activities go on in the absence of kartrutva bhav. So, in fact, let us analyze this way. What is the obtaining of the physical body? Why it is obtained? It is karmajanyam, born out of karma. Okay, clear. And as Patanjali Maharishi's Yoga Sutras, Janma, Ayu and Bhoga are already decided. What kind of Janma? What kind of Ayu Pramana, longevity? And what kind of experiences that you are supposed to go through in this life? They are all pre-decided. These three are pre-decided. Prarabdha decided. That's called Prarabdha. Yesterday we saw that rice boiler, we take some rice Swabhava, it is called Swabhava, in the plate that we draw out. Now, question is, that means what? When the body is born out of destiny, destiny is like a force. It has its own course. Body has its own course of life. Whether we like it or not, the body, the mind, if you don't interfere, if there is no ego attached to all these things, still the body, prana, mind works without any doer inside. How? Because it has nothing to do with your participation in life. They just happen as per the destiny. It is difficult to understand. We don't accept it. But that is the truth. For this, Puja Gurudev gave a beautiful example. That one person is sitting on a boulder on the ocean, on the bank of a river. On the river, a boulder is there, sitting. And a river is flowing very fast. Very fast river is flowing. Is both the legs are touching the river, feeling the gati, the vega, the speed of the flow of the river. Pair lagao, up to ankles you can feel the river is going. Now river is flowing in its own direction. Now, this fellow moved his legs because the river is flowing from right to left. This fellow also moved his legs in the waters from right to left, pushing the water to flow. Now suddenly he started claiming, I am responsible or pushing the water, I am causing the movement in the water. Now you lift the legs, still river goes. You put your legs, unnecessarily you feel the speed of it touching your feet, but you say that I am pushing the river is absolutely ridiculous. It is going in its own way. Similarly, when the ego is withdrawn and observe, the body continues. Mind acts. Buddhi is functioning. Pranas are functioning. Because the speed of it, the velocity of the movement of the body in time and place is decided by the destiny and not actually our participation. But we cannot accept it. So when Ramana Maharshi says everything is happening as per destiny, therefore you keep quiet. We can't believe, we can't understand, we don't accept it also. कहते हैं अभी हम खाना नहीं बनाए तो कौन बनाएगा? All those funny thoughts will come. मैं काम नहीं किया तो कौन करेगा? मैं चुप बैठ जाऊंगी तो कौन करेगा घर पे काम? Now, this we cannot understand because we are in the flow of the river. And we are so identified. So there is a beautiful state wherein you need not have doership, yet the body's gati continues. That's how Tapon Maharaj lived, Vivekananda lived. Examples are, Tapon Maharaj used to, the body, the moment the thought comes, the body goes towards Gangotri or Himalayas. When Gurudev was with him, he would ask Tapon Maharaj, what about our lunch, for example? Lunch he asked once or twice. बोले हमें क्या पता है? So somebody would come and hand over a food carriage or something in the mountains. Actually, it's very tough to understand. But here what he says, there is no doership. We think doership के बिना काम करना is surrendering the first step of it is what Bhagavan Krishna gave in 12th chapter. What did he say? Give up all the sannyas of kartatva bhav. Not possible. ठीक है, karma phalas you give it to me. Little one step lower than that. This also, atha etadapi na shaknosi. Even this also is not possible. Okay. Do works for me. मेरे लिए काम करो. Then we will ask question. आपके लिए काम करेगा तो फिर घर का काम कौन करेगा? भगवान give this all these steps. So then we actually then what is it? What do you mean by भगवान के लिए काम करो? Okay, phala you want, you keep it. Doesn't matter. At least work for me. Mad yoga, for me you work. The sloka I am not getting immediately. It is there in my mind. So for मेरे लिए काम करो. मदर्थम कर्म कौन्तेय. मेरे लिए काम करो. कुर्वन् आपनोति किल्बिषम. कुर्वन् न आपनोति किल्बिषम. You will not incur any sin. My question is again, भाई हमारा मेरा इतना काम है. फिर मेरा आ गया ना ego. मेरा इतना काम है. How can I work for the Lord? Leaving all the works. First of all, our ignorance is that all the work that we are doing, we think it is done by me and it is my work. If really withdraw and observe, this is nothing in this universe is your work. It's all his work. Vedas, sometimes if we get time, we will go very deep into Purusha Suktam. Very deep it is, very, very deep. I mean, that language, that understanding, that Vedic perception is absolutely, we are not aware of it. But then, so the moment I realize that I am not doing any work, it is all Ishvara's work only, then I am automatically relieved from the anxiety of the fruits. Just as if you are working for a company, you do your part. You are honest to your work. You completed your work. But collectively as a company has lost its growth for that year. Right? You may feel, but actually you are not directly affected by the result of the company's growth of that year. Directly have no impact. Think. I did my work. But the result, I am not worried. वो ऊपर जो बैठे हैं उनका काम है, मेरा काम नहीं है चलाने का. I withdraw. Similarly, the day I realize whether you are a wife, husband, child, mother, sister, brother, or whatever you are, son, father, whatever you are in life, all that is being done by me is only God's work. It's called Yajna Purusha. Purusha became, so Yajnena Yajnam Ajajanta Devaha. Now, when I realize that, automatically I recognize there is no necessity for ego. Just as this is a myth. All the great masters have said, ego is a myth. But the question is, if ego is removed, doer is removed, how the actions are being done? Mahatma says ego is not necessary for the works that are to be done by that body in the world. Ego is not necessary. In fact, beautifully the work is done if you are not participating in that. A flow comes. That's what he says. So that's how the Ramana Maharshi worked. Oh, Ramana Maharshi भी काम किया है, गुरुदेव भी काम किया है, इतना काम क्यों किया है? It from our point of view, it is a taditara buddhigatam. ज्ञानी स्वम आत्मानम कर्तारम न पश्यते, अपने आप को कर्ता के रूप में कभी देखता नहीं, क्योंकि he is not a doer. This is the mystery. Mystery means for us, because our ego is strong, it is not ready to give up, accept this thought. Only when we awaken to the truth, we know that actions are being done, karma pravaha is being done, yajna, the Brahma yajna is, Srishti yajna is continued without our presence, ego's presence. That's what it says. So, yedicha karma kurvanneva naham karomiti dhihi. Oh, somebody says, no. It is not like that, sir. My thought is different. Jnanis do work. They do work, but they don't have this buddhi. Yedicha karma kurvanneva na aham karoma iti dhihi. They have this idea, the notion, the thought that I am doing, the karma is being done, karma kurvanneva, while performing the actions. They don't have this idea, the notion that I am the doing, I am the doer. This notion is absent in jnanis, if you say like that. If you say like that, oh, they do act, but they don't have this notion that I am acting. If that is it said, tasya dihi eva tasya bhavati iti pamaraha. Pamara means an ignorant man has this thought. See, I cannot accept. Without ego, work cannot happen. With ego only, work can happen. My strong position. But jnanis work. No, jnanis do work. But they don't have this feeling in them, the idea, the notion that I am the doer. Aisi buddhi inme nahi hai. So they do their work, but the thought is not there that I am the thought is not there. The thought is present there. Thought, what is the thought? I am not the doer. Aisi vritti hai. ज्ञानियों में. So, न aham karomi iti dhihi eva tasya bhavati iti pamaraha. This kind of a thought is entertained by an ignorant man, pratiyat, because it is seen. Pratiyat, because I see ajnana is working. You say, how can you say there is no doer and the work is happening? Iti pratiyat, meaning it is noted, it is seen clearly by others, ignorant people. So they say, no, you don't say that there is no doership. There is, but they don't feel. I see buddhi in me hai, ki I am not the doer. This thought they entertain. This thought is like saying, I am very humble. When you say I am very humble, humility gone. So I don't do anything, Bhagwan doing, that itself is ego. पर ये नहीं, सब लोग बोलते रहते, I am not doing, Bhagwan is doing. That means you are still there, no? You are still there, na? My question is, if you are there, he will not act. Because that ego itself is an obstruction. Are you getting my point? I don't know. So, pratiyat, tatra, na sa kevalam dhiheva iti bodhyam. Now, what is to be understood there in the case of Mahatmas? It is not that mere absence of the thought that I am the doer. No. You please don't misunderstand Mahatmas. I am not talking when we say that there is no doership. Ignorant people, first they say jnanis are working. Answer is what? From the drishti of the ignorant people, they are working. But they don't have doership. They are not working. Work is being done by him, but they are not working. No, that I will not agree. They are working, but they don't entertain this thought that I am the doer. That buddhi they have. Second step. This Mahatma says, the commentary says, Tatra na sa kevalam dhireva iti bodhyam. It is not a mere thought that I am not doing anything. That is not a thought for them. Then, atmanaha akartratvasya anubhuti rupatva. This is the thing. So, we will not understand that without ego work can happen. When can we know? Only in the total absence of ego, we realize the fact that without ego, the work can happen. Without the doership, work can happen. When we will know it? Only in the total absence of ego. And total absence of ego is only upon realization. Then only we can understand. So this author, the commentator, the Ramana, that is not the way. Here, then what? Atmanaha akartratvasya anubhuti rupatvat. Meaning, it is their experience that without me, I am the akarta, I am like a space, I am the mere witness. There is no doership at all, and it is not a thought that I am not the doer. That also is absent. It is a direct experience of akartrutvam, non-doership in the Atman. Direct experience. Only on that, when we experience that state, I can really know and understand that in the absence of doership, complete ahankara also, works can happen. But how? These examples, nearest examples are there, like sun is rising, but there is no doership. In the presence of sun, all the activities are being done. Sun rises. When sun rises, he has nothing to do with any of our swabhava. Sun is there. When we wake up, what do we wake up? We wake up with our swabhava. So as per our swabhava only, we do in the presence of sunlight. So swabhavam ko jagrut karane wala Udaya Bhanu. Sunrise, what does he do? He wakes us up. Wakes up us means what? Everyone has their own swabhava. That swabhava wakes up. And the swabhava works. So, is he connected with our swabhava? Nothing. But if he is not rising, we will be in deep sleep. Then in what role he is playing? Actually, there is no direct role. He is only a facilitator without ego. Facilitator means not participative facilitating or facilitatorship. He's just witnessing. But he has no connection whatsoever with any of our subhavas. Similarly, upon awakening to the truth, with the aparoksha anubhuti, aparokshatvacha, direct experience it is, I see that because there is no ego, so I don't have to involve, still the works happen. So for our samajhane ke liye, people say, oh, Vedanta, because their notes, okay, there is ego, like a burnt rope. These are all okay. But actually, when a burnt rope cannot bind us, similarly, the ego shape is there, it has no tinge of it, but it is enough to work as though it is working, but it has no capacity to bind anybody because it is a burnt rope. All those things. It's not a thought. That's what he says. It's not a thought that I am the doer. It is a realization of it. Then how can it work? As I said, go to the example. So therefore, body works. For example, I'll give one thing. What is the involvement of our ego in the growth and decay of the body? In the birth takes place. Okay. Growth and decay and death. What is the involvement of ego? We can say, I am growing. What? What are you growing? No, I am growing in my age. Are you growing or growth is happening? Irrespective of your participation. Second question. Are you beating your heart? Lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. No. Blood circulation. Can you claim that I am circulating my blood? Breathing. I am breathing. Unless it is a conscious breathing. Deliberately take in, take out. Then the ego comes. Normal breath happens. Now tell me, in all these activities, what is the role of ego or doership? Okay. Can they all function in a dead body? No. Because the jiva leaves the body. So they cannot be done. If you say, no, अपने आप काम कर रहा है, अपने आप कैसे काम करते हैं unless you are there? अपने आप तो काम कर रहा है. True, but with a condition. What? You should be there. So when I am there, these are all happening, but I have no direct role to play. Now, when realization takes place, same thing happens with everything in the universe. And remember one point. The lesser the ego, more is the beauty of our work. Whatever it is, as per destiny. We need not change, but then there is a special beauty added in every work. Why? Divine is more and more divinity is taking charge. It is functioning. So a great person said, my job is to, I try, the jiva is a sadhaka. The person said, I want to get away from the path of my guru, who is guiding me. I don't want to be on his way. So he has his own plans through me. He is working. But I am obstructing because of my presence of that ego. I am there. So when I move out, more he expresses through me. That's what he says. So aparokshatvacha. It is not a thought that I am not the doer. It's not a thought. It is an experience. So jnanini itara buddhau karmani kurvati. So jnani acts in the world only from the standpoint, it is an itara buddhi. In others' intelligence or thought, others feel that jnani is working. It is a thought of others, not for the purna jnani or who is awakened. Tatra karma karanameva prachaksham bhavati. For the others, what is visible? A jnani is there, like Ramana Maharshi. You take. He does works. He goes sometimes Gripadakshana. He worked in kitchen sometimes. He gets up. He talks to Kau Lakshmi, Go Lakshmi. He speaks to bandars and he speaks to snakes also. He speaks to peacocks. He feeds peacocks. He answers questions. He chides. All that he did. Now this karma karanam, the actions being performed by the jnani is what? For others. Prachaksham bhavati. It is visible. For everybody, yeah, it is doing. But what is not prachaksha is natu karta adhishthanam akartatmaswarupam. Akarta atmaswarupam. What is not visible to us is that kartru adhishtanam, not kartru, adhishtanam. What is adhishtanam? For the doership, kartru is kartra bhava, kartru, work is going on. The karta ka adhishtan, that is the Suddha Chaitanyam, is not prachaksham of the jnani. So karta adhishtanam akartatmaswarupam. Akartru atmaswarupam. That is, that non-doership of that non-doer, that is Suddha Atmaswarupam, which is Akarta, that is not Prachaksham for us. Therefore, we see what is Prachaksham is actions are being done. What is not Prachaksham is divine state of absolute actionlessness from his point of view. That is invisible to us. So therefore he says, Prachaksham bhavati na kartru adhishtanam akartru atmaswarupam apicha paradrushtau jnanegate kartrutve. Even though from the standpoint of others, the kartrutva bhavana of a jnani is visible. Because jnani says, I am hungry. Jnani says, get me coffee. Jnani says, I have to go. Jnani says, I have to complete that work. Now, in all these statements, what is visible is paradrushtau, from the standpoint of others, jnanigate kartrutve. That kartrutva bhavana, sense of doership in jnani, is clearly seen. He says, I am eating, I am walking, I have to go there, I have to do that work. Even that kind of a visibility from the standpoint of others, if it is there, tatra parechhayaha karakatvam shariradehi. So beautiful. That works, whatever you see that he is working, it is actually because of parecha. Because of the desires of others. Therefore, jnani, very important point is only when realization comes becomes very clear to all of us. See now, as soon as a man is awakened, a man, or woman, whatever, person is awakened to the truth, in Anubhuti, all those shastras are mentioned. A person is awakened to the truth. The moment he awakened, all the karma is burnt, sanchita karma is not there. Why? Ego is destroyed. So sanchita karma destroyed, agami karma destroyed. Shastra says only prarabdha is there. Okay. Now, from the standpoint of the jnani, when he has awakened to the truth, right? The moment he realizes the truth, there is no need or necessity for that person to have that physical body. It should be dropped. It can be dropped. That body after realization, suppose a person realizes at the age of 30 years, awakened to the truth. But the prarabdha is about 90 years. So how many years? 60 years. 60 years, the body is not driven by his ego because his ego is not there. And there is a beautiful, some law is there, that the body's next 60 years functions, exists only for the sake of others and not for him. He doesn't need it all. He can really go into his own self. For 60 years he can enter into samadhi. And in samadhi only the body can be dropped. Only when body gets foul smell, then we know, oh, this man has gone. 60 years he was in samadhi, he left the body. For him, therefore, the body functions, exists only for the sake of others. So that runs as per the desires of the others, not triggered by the desire of himself. Why? He has no ego. Therefore, awakened person, when is there, the people desire. It is run by paricha, not swa-icha. It is also difficult to understand. It runs, the body lives. But it is now run by the samasti icha of the people. That is why our Swami Chidananji Maharaj, Wellness Society, when Puja Gurudev was in San Jose hospital, triple bypass surgery was done. And Gurudev knew that he will leave the body. He already declared also. To many people he declared. So, when he was in hospital in San Jose, our Swami Chidananji Maharaj was there in America, so he flew to San Jose to see his dear friend, colleague, Guru Bhai. They lived as one soul in two bodies. That was such a lovely relationship they had. He went inside alone and Gurudev was lying down on the bed. And he came out after 20 minutes of closed his eyes. Siddha Purushas, they're all. He came out and said, I am seeing Tapon Maharaj and Shivananda Maharaj standing on their feet and head, both the sides. Head ke paas Shayad Tapon ji, feet ke paas Shivananda ji Maharaj. Both are asking him to drop the body and leave the body. I see them. They are asking him to leave the body. Then he said, it is now a tug of war between the power of two gurus and the cumulative power of all the disciples and devotees of the world. Whose prayer will win? Siddhanji Maharaj said, if your pull, you are overcoming those two gurus' wish, he will survive. That means body is living for whom? There is no ichcha for Gurudev. So it exists. He says it can come back. The collective desire of all the disciples, they pray and their prayer is so powerful that can bring him back. That means bring him back for whom? Because of the parecha. What the Gurus have said, bahut kaam kiya hai, enough now, just withdraw. This was told, not telling by me, I am not telling this. Chidananji Maharaj said this. So tug of war. Naturally, वो तो bulldozers है वहाँ पे, Tapon Maharaj and Shiva. You are all ants. Our prayer also is very weak prayer. Emotional prayer. No, it's emotional prayer. It is an adulterated prayer. It's a swartha is there in that. Selfishness is there in the prayer. It's not a pure prayer for humanity. No, it's not like that. We are all selfish. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Like that. That means what? The moment the Mahatma awakens, thereafter the body's work is directly depending upon others' desire, not on his desire. But we don't know such Mahatma. He is very happy. There is no work at all. Such Mahatmas are plenty in Himalayas. That's what he says. In case you happen to see, you see Kartrutva, apicha paradrishto jnanigate Kartrutve. From the standpoint of others, if there is Kartrutva bhava seen by the others, in that jnani, it is what? Tatra parechayaha karakatvam. What is the karakatvam? What is the cause of that? Work action being done by the Mahatma. Being done means that is being seen by other people. Others' desire is the cause. Karakatvam. Shariradehe kartrutvam cha bodhyam. So, the other desire is the cause, and Sharira adi, ma Sharira parana mana buddhi, etc. Kartrutvam cha bodhyam. So, it is seen as though the doership, that action is being done by Sharira, Mana, Buddhi, etc., is seen and what you call attributed to them, body, mind, prana, etc., that is thinking, is acting. So, what is the karakatvam? Others' desire. So, karaka, parechayaha karakatvam shariradehe kartrutvam. So, others' desire is the cause for that Mahatma functioning in the world. That's why Pujya Gurudev always used to say, when we wish him happy birthday, he would say, I am not born. People laugh. That's only we can do, no? He would look at us, Buddhu se kab samajhna hai? I am not born. Okay. Then what we would others say? Okay, Swamiji, happy birthday, cut the cake. We made him cut the cake and we ate. Therefore, I am not born. But that is their experience. It is the consciousness speaks directly. There is no birth for me. It is not our. We also speak Vedanta whenever at our convenience. It's a convenience statements we speak. We are not honest to ourselves. Therefore, bodhyam, that is to be understood. Na tatra kartavyatadhihi sambhavati. There is no question of kartavyatadhihi. There is no question of sense of doership at all in that. Because from parecha it is seen. Others desire. To him, no. Sambhavati. It is not possible such a doership in the Paramatma. Siddha Atmanishta Sampannasya. For whom? Siddha Atmanishta. One who has accomplished firm abidance in his own self. Such a person, to him, it is impossible to act. Think. That's what Bhagavan Krishna said, no? Pashyan, Shrunvan, Sprushan, Jikran, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, Swashan, Pralapan, Usrujan, Unmishan, Nimishan Napi, Naiva Kinchit Karomiti, Yukto Manyeta Tattvavita. Tattvavit knows that I don't think, I am not acting, I am not moving, I am not seeing, I am not smelling, I am not tasting, I am not touching. It is a direct experience. Yet the body works. After realization, body is working upon based on others' desires, parecha. In the case of Mahatmas, This parecha, it works naturally. The after awakening a seeing person, nobody, others don't wish him to murder karna, to ye galat kala, because such Mahatmas want people, we people want blessings from such a Mahatma for his own selfish ends. Therefore, they desire that Mahatma be there, that Mahatma teacher, that Mahatma blesser, that Mahatma guide, that Mahatma tell our future also. All those things we desire. May Mahatma protect me. That's why Gurudev said once very clearly. When somebody said, from Malaysia, someone said, Swamiji, I was in trouble and then I took your name and then the things happened so beautifully. Thank you for helping. Puja Gurudev said, I am not aware. My grace may have worked wonders for you. Like sun's rays works for us, not the sun. Sun swabhava is rays emerge out. So therefore sun shining, sun shines, there is no kriya vachaka padam there actually. Though we say sun shines, the shining is not a verb there. Sun doesn't shine. What are you talking nonsense? Sun shines. Are Baba, sun shines is okay, but sun doesn't shine, inverted commas. Meaning, he is not, there is no shining kriya. Kriya is absent there. Swabhava is shining. So Gurudev said, grace works. And some other Mahatma, I even don't know. A great Mahatma is there. Even when he was alive, his all devotees, great devotees and advanced some other person and all, they established his own murti. Beautiful murti, thing with Panchaloha, very nice. And got it done. And interesting thing is, all gaon wale wahan pe jitne bhi log hai, they would go to that murti, pray, worship, and diseases are being healed, wishes are fulfilled, all the good wishes, all whatever for Loka Kalyana or Swaka, whatever it is, the good wishes, many wishes are fulfilled. They all told and came back to this Mahatma and told, wahan aapke yahan pe murti lagaye and our all desires are fulfilled by praying there. करके इनके पास आके जिस महात्मा जी के साथ बताया, जिसका मूर्ति वही है, जिनकी मूर्ति. तो दिस महात्मा also told, is it so? Then I must also go and pray. Is it so? I should also go and pray there. If all your wishes are fulfilled there, I think I will also go and pray there. Meaning is grace. Another thing I will tell you one incident. There is no kartrutva. Something happened in some center, some land was donated, given by government to Chinmaya Mission, but then some other chief minister came and he said, this land belongs to us, again we'll take it back and all. And that the Chinmaya Mission president went and I was a Pratyaksha Sakshi at that time. So only two, Gurudev, that president and two more. We both, we and other person devotee. Only 4 of us are there, 4 of us in the room. Gurudev said, oh, one else is there. This president said, Swamiji, this is a thing that now that's our chief minister wanted, he gave, and we did not pay the amount, of course, but they cannot take it, the land. They did not put Chinmaya Mission name in the paper, but land registration number, so and so land registration, government is taking back, karke notice de diya hai, as a legal thing. So that if you have not seen that notice, that you saw, and then somebody said, the president, Swamiji, please, what to do now? Gurudev said, call Jetmalani, he said. He is a very known Mahatma. Call Jetmalani, he said. This president said, one letter please from Gurudev. No letter will be given. Chant my Mahamantra. Things must move. That ego is not speaking there. The essence is indicating. So, what is it? I don't know do anything. My name le lo. That's why Ram se bhi jyada Bhagwan Ram ka naam. Ram naam ki mahima jyada hai Bhagwan Ram ji se. That grace works. They don't have to be there. So therefore there is no kartrutva, the grace works. Sun's grace in the form of rays works. Sun doesn't work. Sun doesn't shine. We say sun shines. That's what it says. Therefore, Siddham Atmanishta Sampannasya Na Tatra Kartavyatadihi Sambha. There is no question of doership there in the man who has awakened to the truth, who has gone transcended ego. Ego is dissolved. It cannot come back alive. It is a mithya. It's a mithya. It is a false identity. Once that is gone, once that one is awakened to the truth, this cannot exist. In Vedanta, what we say? Once you see the rope, you cannot see the snake again. Because snake was mithya. Sarpa Bhranti will not come back again. Holy, where was snake? Let me see again. It's impossible. That's what he says. So, tasya vidushaha vastu antarabhavat. Now, why there is no doership? Because there is no other vastu for the man who has awakened, other than Atma. If there is another vastu, other than me, then the sambandha between me and the vastu is ego. In the form of I want it, or I don't want it, or I am neutral to it. So if there is any sense of otherness, it is due to ego. If ego is hurt gaya, sense of otherness is not there. Therefore it says, vastu antara abhavat atmaswarupat anyasya avidyamanatva. There is no other avidyamanatvat. Because there is no question of otherness for the man of Mahat. So Atma eva bhabhut vijanatah tatra ko moha kashoka ekatvam anupashyatah. It's not possible at all. So therefore, samshayanam sandehanam anudbhavaha. There is no question of rising of any doubt in this case. There is no chance for any doubt. What? In this statement. Once the ego is dissolved, then the sense of otherness is dissolved, then there is no question of otherness. Only Atman is available, only seen by Mahatma. Therefore, Kartrutva Bhava is impossible because it's already removed. But whatever actions you are seeing it's only Parecha that body works. There is nobody inside as called an individualized personality. Therefore, we say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Because there is no entity they called an individual Guru, an individual personality. He is none other than Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaraha. Therefore, all Guru says, Hum sab mein hai, sab hum mein hai. One Siddha Purusha told me, when he was alive, even when 2 or 3 are sitting in front of him, he said, even when I go into my samadhi, after leaving the body, his samadhi is there. Samadhi. And if you come and pray to here, tuning your mind to me, praying, and I am in deep samadhi, he said, don't worry, somebody in my Guru Parampara will respond to your prayer. Somebody will answer your question. Somebody will act on your request. It is in our language, he said. Seriously, he said, don't worry. Even if I am not there, when I am in Samadhi, someone in our Guru Parampara, he will respond. We are all one. Therefore, there is no question of doubt there. Therefore, Upanishad mantra, Mundaka Upanishad is quoted here. Vidyate hridaya grantihi, chidyante sarasamshayaha, kshiyante chasya karmani, tasmin drushte paravare. Para and avara, this difference para, that is higher, this is lower, is only from ignorance standpoint of view. This paravara will disappear. When everything is Brahmaivahamidam jagatcha sakalam chinmatra vistaritam. That is experience. It's only expansion of Chaitanyam, consciousness alone. This entire Jagat, what you call Jagat, from standpoint of ignorant person, the Guru is telling. From standpoint of Guru, there is no Jagat also, only Brahma. Brahma appearing as Jagat. That's a Pratiti Kala, Vedas Pratiti Kale. At the time of seeing it only, this Jagat is visible. When you awaken to the truth, in its place you see Brahman everywhere. After awakening to the Brahman, Jagat may continue to appear, but it will not create any moha in you. That's what Mahatvedanta says. Therefore, Bhidyate Hrudaya Granthi. The Hrudaya Granthi, the subject is Hrudaya Granthi. Granthi Beda, this entire chapter spoke about it. So, when Hrudaya Granthi is broken, Chidyante Sarvasamshayaha, all doubts are cleared. Kshiyante Jasya, all the karmas also are burnt. Tasmin Druste Paravare. The one who sees the higher and lower as nothing but Paramatma only, that one consciousness, everything is dissolved. Having said this, Atma Darshanat Param na kadapi Anatma Darshanam Sambhavati iti. Having after Atma Darshan, there is no question of Anatma Darshan. Sambhavam, possibility is not there. Once you awaken to the truth, there is no question of any possibility of seeing Jagat as other than you or other than Atma. It is not possible. Iti Pratipadayan, proposing this. Adhyayam upasamharati. This chapter is being closed. What? Having realized the truth, there is nothing called Anatma. That is the state. So, Bhavita na punarbhaddho Vibhinna granthire kada Sa stitih parama shaktihi Sa shanti parama mata Bhavita na punarbhaddha Vibhinna granthire kada Sa shaktihi Sa stitihi parama shaktihi Sa shanti parama mata Ekada, once sakrud Vibhinna granthi Vibhinno muktaha granthir bandho yasya. Once the bondage is snapped completely, once all the knots of the heart are cut asunder. And where are the knots? They are spread everywhere. And our consciousness got up in all nadis. Multiple knots are there. Grantaya bhavaha asti. We saw yesterday. Many knots are there. First, all the knots are to be cleared. Then only we can go to see, like, remember example of shoelay and then many other knots. Unless we clear all the nonsense, we cannot reach the molar knot. So, because in our Vedantic parlance, Guru instructs, withdraw your mind from the OET and place it on Brahman. Wonderful. Now let us start. Where is my mind now? To withdraw from where? Then when I saw, my mind is scattered. It has become crores of pieces. एक टुकड़ा एक वस्तु में, एक आइडिया में, एक नोशन में, एक सिद्धांत में फंस गया. अब ढूंढना पड़ता है मेरा मन कहाँ है. टुकड़ा टुकड़ा हो गया भाई. It is invested in all crores of places, objects. तब जाकर के एक को एक चीज से मन को रिलीज करना है. स्वामी जी, ध्यान में तो बैठ सकता हूं, बस एक ही थॉट मुझे परेशान करता है. कौन सा थॉट? खाने का. बहुत बढ़िया. तो गदर गुरु टोल्ड सम मैसेज, विचार धीरे 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 खाने का थॉट समाप्त हो गया. फिर जाएगा गुरु, और एक थॉट आजकल नया थॉट निकला है. कौन सा थॉट है? मैं जब बैठता हूं ना, हाँ, भविष्य का डर लगता है. फिर भविष्य के रूप में मन फंस गया. सो यू हैव टू क्लियर वन बाय वन. वो डर चला गया. फिर बोलते हैं गुरुजी, हाँ और एक मेरे को थॉट मेरे को बार बार आता है मन में. किसका? जो मेरे मर गए ना, मेरे माता पिता मेरे सामने दिखते हैं कि रोते रोते. क्या करूं? जो रोते रोते दिखते. हाँ. तो गुरु बोलते फिर क्या करना है? तुम बताओ क्या करना है. मुझे लग रहा है गुरुजी मैं गया और बद्रीनाथ में करके तीर्थ करके शार्थ करके आऊँगा, तब मेरे शांति होगी मेरे मन में. मैंने जीवन में इस जन्म में या पिछले जन्म में माँ बाप के प्रति इसने काम नहीं किया ठीक से. दैट थॉट इज कमिंग एंड obstructing him. Mind knows ना. Mind reveals the चित्तम will open the files. टिंग डाल देता है एक फाइल. अभी आगे चल देखते बेटा. अब आगे चल. That obstructs. Then you will go yatra. Like that, our mind is caught up in all kinds of siddhantas. That's why Jiddu says freedom from thought. Because he always says, from one condition to other condition you are jumping into, you are not freeing your mind from the condition itself. In Vedanta, we accept initial stages of Pratipaksha Bhavana, Prakriya, because LKG भी नहीं है, और भी नीचे है. So there all methods are given. So therefore we have to collect the mind. Therefore, once the collection and capability in Atmanadi, then bham. That kind of, not that one day, one moment, oh, this is me, that's it. Muktaha granthir bandho yasya sab punarbandho na bhavita. For him, there is no question of again getting into this bondage. Na bhavita. Punah dehatma bandhavan na bhavet. Again he will not get caught up in dehatma bandha. He may get body. Oh. How? Ishvara sankalpa. But he is not bound by body. Body can form around him. Abhi now is very difficult to understand. Suppose you are standing in a river. River water is flowing. But in the water में कहीं पत्ते, कहीं के कुछ चीज़ें जो बह रहा है. माने some kind of a what is that, small wood pieces, ये वो. And you do observe, they all comments around you. अटक जाता है. In my consciousness, that's how the Mahatmas call it as avatar. They did not wish, desire. Ishvara Sankalpa, some bodies may be formed, but they are absolutely, they are not worried. That's how the great Mahatmas take avatar, and that is for a blessing of the world. But they will never get ever again identified with the body. They can drop it, they can pick up. It's all yoga shakti. Sa sthitihi, swarupanishta rupa sthitihi, that state, parama shaktir bhava, that is the supreme strength. Strength where that supreme strength, that strength, because of which nothing can shake you from that state. That is the real strength. Nothing can shake you from that state. Yasyaha param na kapi vartate itya. So nothing exists beyond that. Kapi vartate ityartaha sa shantihi paramamata. Because it is that shakti which nothing can disturb you. Nothing can cause disturbance in you. Nothing can cause any kind of agitations. It is impossible. You are in that state. That is the real peace. What is the real peace? Undisturbed mind is peaceful, we say. For a few seconds, mind is not disturbed, we experience peace. If the mind itself is removed, because that peace what we experience is the opposite of agitations. It is not the peace per se. It's an opposite of that. But it is not an opposite. This is Shuddha ya Parama Mata. That is considered as supreme Shanti. Yasyaha Param Nischalatva Lakshana Purna Sthitihi. That is called complete state. Nischalatvam. There is no chalanam in that, from that state. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. Sthita prajnatvam. There are no chalanam there. That is complete state. Purna Sthitihi. Na kapi vidyate iti bhavaha. There is nothing exists such kind of complete state, complete state of agitationless. Kapi vidyate. Aisya sthiti is nowhere exists. That is the goal of humanity, of every human being. Eventually, everybody will end up there only. Because, in the great grand scale of evolution, Prakriti will is guiding everybody towards that only. Ultimately, everyone will come to main road के फिर take off के बाद journey of land. ये होता है, but there's a beautiful, the Prakriti only alerts you, never forces you. That is the role of the mother. She alerts Prakriti. Guru alerts you, but never forces you. Suggests you, but never insists you. That freedom is given to the individual soul. The individuality is there, no? That is Ichha. So, anena atmaswarupaye shantihi shaktihi abhede upadishtaha. In that atmaswarupa, there is no difference between shanti and shakti. These two are not different. Shanti eva shaktihi, shakti eva shantihi. Like this Taittiriya Upanishad, when we say Sat Chit Ananda, they are not three attributes of Brahman. Sadeva Chit, Chideva Sat, and Sat Chideva Ananda Swarupaha. It is not three different attributes. There we speak about Agantaka Dharma, about the natural state, all that. Swarupa, Lakshanam, and Agantaka Dharma, all those things. Bhagavan Shankar, beautiful commentary he gave. Satchidananda is Swarupa of Brahman. It is not different. Sat is not different from Chit and Ananda. Chit is not different from Sat and Ananda. And Ananda is not different from Sat and Chit. That's how he concluded there. So therefore, anena atmaswarupe shanti shaktiyoho. Between shanti and shakti, between peace and strength, abheda upadishtaha. That is instructed here. Upadishtaha, already declared, told, narrated, instructed that this is the state. That is how the freedom from Hridaya Granthi takes place. With this we have completed 9th chapter, iti Navamodhyayaha. This we have completed 9th chapter by the grace of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. Okay? So, that is a thing. So, Nirupya Hridayasya evam tattvam tattvavidam varaha manaso nigrahopayam avadad Ramano Munihi. This is the first sloka. So, nigrahopayam. Because having said earlier in 5th chapter that Hridaya Vidya was taught in 4th and 5th chapter and all. But now how to withdraw the mind practically? This is what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi said in the chapter called Loosening the Knots of the Heart. Thank you. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Satgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.